Why Roman Reigns isn't on TV every week, WWE stars who need to turn heel at Money in the Bank. Bray Wyatt looks jacked in latest leaked photo. Brock Lesnar set up for enormous role at Money in the Bank. Rhea Ripley destroys Dominik Mysterio. Judgment Day member mocks Dominik Mysterio. Ricochet returns for the Bloodline and more. Let's jump right into it. WWE stars who need to turn heel at Money in the Bank. Fans are extremely excited about WWE Money in the Bank 2023. Many contributing factors make the upcoming event so appealing to a wide variety of wrestling fans. For starters, the Money in the Bank ladder match is an extremely popular concept. While it originally started as a one-off match at WrestleMania 21, it became a standalone premium live event that thrills viewers nearly 2 decades later. Beyond that, a few major stories are set to continue at the big show, the most notable being the Bloodline saga. There are also many surprises speculated to occur at the front, although fans can't quite know what rumors are accurate and which are simply wishful thinking. One thing fans may end up seeing at the big event is a heel turn. Characters changing and evolving are always exciting, and a turn to the dark side can change the career trajectory of a superstar. Which wrestler may surprisingly turn heel in London, England? This piece will examine a few possible choices. Number 4. Butch either needs to turn or the Brawling Brutes need to turn on him. Butch is a highly underrated wrestler. He joined WWE through the United Kingdom Championship Tournament and then NXT UK. He won Tag Team Gold on NXT before joining the main roster in 2022. The talented star is currently a member of the Brawling Brutes. The faction also features the powerful Ridge Holland and former world champion Sheamus. The trio turned babyface last year due to organic reactions from the WWE universe, making a villainous role awkward and unnecessary. Still, Butch needs a change. Many fans are begging him to return to his Pete Dunne name and once again become the bruiserweight many knew and loved. A heel turn could be what helps him reach that potential. Alternatively, Sheamus and Ridge could turn on Butch instead, leading to him channeling his old persona. Number 3. Drew McIntyre needs to return to WWE programming and turn heel. Drew McIntyre is an absolute powerhouse. The former WWE champion has found success all over, including on all 3 brands in the company. He's also made a splash in the United Kingdom, Evolve Wrestling, and Impact Wrestling. The Scottish psychopath has been missing in action for several months now. He last competed at WrestleMania 39, where he lost to Gunther and Sheamus in a triple threat match. Many hope to see the top star return to London. If McIntyre does return to the O2 Arena, the roof will likely become unglued. Despite the excitement surrounding a potential return, the best move is for McIntyre to turn heel upon returning. Fans will undoubtedly be hooked if he attacks Seth Rollins, turns heel, and becomes the top contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. Who wouldn't want to see those 2 stars feud? Number 2. Raquel Rodriguez could turn on Liv Morgan. Raquel Rodriguez is not a superstar WWE's women's division should take lightly. She's a former NXT Women's Champion and has held Tag Team Gold on both NXT and the main roster with several partners. Raquel has proven herself to be very capable. The intimidating Texan has her hands in many fires as of late. She had a standoff with Rhea Ripley, which could turn into a rivalry in the future. She also had issues with Becky Lynch after the man cost her a spot in the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Additionally, she's chasing the WWE Women's Tag Team titles alongside Liv Morgan. The Miracle Kid and Raquel are challenging for the aforementioned Tag Team Gold at Money in the Bank. If the pair fails to defeat Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, Rodriguez may turn heel and Liv. They only lost the titles because of Morgan's injury, so that Raquel may see herself as the star of the team. A feud could be interesting. Number 1. Matt Riddle could finally snap. Matt Riddle is an extremely talented fighter. He was a mixed martial artist before joining the world of indie wrestling. This led him to NXT, where he captured the NXT Tag Team titles and then WWE's main roster. He has since won the Raw Tag Team titles and the WWE United States Championship. The original bro hasn't had it easy. He was allegedly suspended for a drug test failure last year and was put on the shelf by Solo Sikoa. Since returning to the company, he's been dealing with Imperium, a faction that aims to make an example out of the Stallion. There's a general demeanor towards the original bro where some don't take him seriously. Fans may finally see him snap if the mixed martial artist fails to defeat Gunther. He's been on the losing end of too many fights lately, and people aren't taking him seriously. A turn on somebody, perhaps even Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, could be what helps him finally shed his comedic reputation. LA Knight and Bray Wyatt storyline. Bray Wyatt's return to WWE in October 2022 turned out to be a bit of a disappointment. From essentially only wrestling one televised match to disappearing from TV, it didn't go too well. Wyatt wasn't the only one affected by the debacle, however. Another superstar survived being involved, and wrestling legend Dutch Mantell believes that the star in question can even handle becoming Mr. Money in the Bank. The superstar Dutch is referring to is none other than LA Knight. The 40-year-old ex-Impact star has taken the wrestling world by storm and emerged emerged as an unexpected fan favorite in 2023 despite an underwhelming match with Bray Wyatt, and before that, a stint as Max Dupree with Maximum Male Models. On the latest episode of Smack Talk, Dutch Mantel picked LA Knight as his favorite to win the Money in the Bank briefcase and praised him for surviving his Maximum Male Models stint and the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match against Bray Wyatt. He, LA Knight, can handle it. He needs it. That guy survived Maximum Male Models. He has survived getting beat almost every week, and he survived Bray Wyatt in that damn dark match, Mountain Dew Pitch Black match, or whatever they had. I never understood that match. I think LA Knight will be the one they would go with. Bray Wyatt will likely return at some point this year, and when he does, he could be running back his feud against the almighty Bobby Lashley. We haven't seen too much of Lashley since he's been drafted to SmackDown, but the former WWE champion had to face some disappointment in being omitted from the WrestleMania 39 card after Wyatt pulled out due to an undisclosed illness. Zero News reported that WWE is likely resuming the unfinished Wyatt-Lashley feud that was originally planned for WrestleMania 39 before being cancelled. Hearing Wyatt/Lashley is likely the feud for Bray's return. This was originally meant to be for Mania 39 but was put on hold. This is not 100% yet, but is picking up some steam. It will be interesting to see how things play out. Fans might just be rooting for the almighty Bobby Lashley over Wyatt. Bray Wyatt looks jacked in latest leaked photo. WWE superstar Bray Wyatt is looking in great shape during his hiatus. It's been a while since fans saw Wyatt on WWE TV. He was removed from television on the road to WrestleMania 39 and hasn't been seen in the company since. A recent picture of Bray Wyatt is currently going viral on wrestling Twitter. Wyatt is looking jacked in the picture in question. Wyatt's release in 2021 left many fans disappointed. His WWE return at Extreme Rules 2022 generated massive buzz among wrestling fans. The Eater of Worlds went on to feud with LA Knight on WWE SmackDown and later kicked off a feud with Bobby Lashley as WrestleMania 39 loomed closer. Unfortunately, the feud was scrapped as Wyatt got ill and was removed from WWE TV. Here's what Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter said about Wyatt back then. He's ill. He was supposed to be at the show Friday and he was not, so he's still ill. They can do a quick tease of him so he's not gone from the company. When I asked this week if he was going to be wrestling Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania, I did not get an answer, and they did not promote that match on either show at all. Wyatt's removal from WWE TV gave birth to speculation that he had left the company. Meltzer addressed this as well and had the following to say: "I was not given an answer, so my gut is that it's up in the air. I was not told a no, I was not told a yes. I was just told that he is ill. I guess it's out of their hands right now, but he's still with the company." I know there's people who think that he quit the company, but they did do a tease on Friday night's SmackDown show. As per recent reports, the promotion has plans to have Wyatt resume his feud with Bobby Lashley on his return. The former Universal Champion's fans would love to see him back on WWE TV soon. Are you missing Bray Wyatt on WWE TV? Sound off in the comment section below. Brock Lesnar set up for an enormous role at Money in the Bank. Brock Lesnar is reportedly set to return to WWE at Money in the Bank this week following a month-long absence. The Beast incarnate was last seen at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia last month, where he collided with Cody Rhodes for the second time. He defeated the latter via referee stoppage after locking him in the Kimura lock. They had their first match at Backlash, which saw the American Nightmare emerge victorious via pinfall. After his loss to the former Universal Champion, Rhodes sent the former an invitation to show up anywhere to confront him. According to WRKD Wrestling, WWE has plans for Brock Lesnar to make a surprise return at Money in the Bank to set up a match against Cody Rhodes. Their third bout is expected to take place at SummerSlam, and it will reportedly have a stipulation. The Beast incarnate is yet to respond to the American Nightmare's challenge for a fight. Since both stars hold a victory over the other, Cody Rhodes wants to go one more round with the Conqueror to determine a decisive winner. Speaking on Legion of Raw, Vince Russo stated that he would have booked the former AEW wrestler to invade Brock Lesnar's house since the latter doesn't want to come to Raw. Cody got derailed by Lesnar and he was in a program with Lesnar. Then he started the whole thing, "Lesnar doesn't want to come to Raw because he's afraid of me." That's where again, if Vince Russo is writing, "Now I'm going to Brock's house." Guess what? Brock don't come to me. I'm going to Brock's house. You mean to tell me even if this is Brock's time off, he won't film something at his house, not wanting to leave home? Cody could have stalked him around Texas. That's what I would have done, he said. Cody is currently scheduled to face Dominik Mysterio at Money in the Bank in a singles match. It'll be interesting to see whether Brock Lesnar will cost him the match. Would you like to see a third match between Lesnar and Rhodes? Sound it off in the comments below. Rhea Ripley destroys Dominik Mysterio. At the recent WWE live show, fans witnessed Rhea Ripley sending Dominik Mysterio into a massive DDT, thanks to current World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins. Ahead of the 2023 Money in the Bank show, the Stanford-based company held a house show at the Utilita Arena in Sheffield, England. The main event saw Judgment Day's Damian Priest face Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. The Visionary retained the title over the Archer of Infamy. The company presented an angle in which Rhea Ripley attempted to blindside the champion using power powder as Dominik Mysterio restrained him, but Rollins kicked back, causing Ripley to become blind herself and then broke away by hitting Dominik low. The 37-year-old then slammed Dom into a DDT from Mommy. Tonight's chanting for Seth Rollins was great. He had a fantastic message at the show's end and stayed at the ringside, taking photos with WWE fans. The Judgment Day member has jokingly declared that Samantha Irvin, a renowned WWE star and ring announcer, is now her girlfriend. Ripley had a fascinating interaction with Irvin at WWE's recent live show in Liverpool. The Eradicator even blue-kissed her, and she responded by stating she liked it. The Nightmare responded to her experience with Irvin at the live show on Twitter. She even addressed WWE personality Kathy Kelly, who has an excellent off-screen relationship with Irvin. "Sorry, Catherine Kelly, at Samantha Bomb is my GF now," Ripley wrote. Irvin is actually engaged to WWE superstar Ricochet. Meanwhile, Ripley is dating current AEW star and former WWE star Buddy Matthews. It remains to be seen if Rhea Ripley helps her Judgment Day faction at the 2023 Money in the Bank. What did you think about the Eradicator's attack on Dom? Sound off in the comments section below. Judgment Day member mocks Dominik Mysterio. Damian Priest took to social media to hilariously mock his Judgment Day stablemate, Dominik Mysterio. Both Priest and Mysterio will be in action at the upcoming Money in the Bank Premium Live event. Priest will compete in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, while Dominik will face Cody Rhodes. Taking to his Instagram story, Priest sent a 3-word message to Dominik and mocked him for his lack of survival skill. In all fairness to Dominik, he was caught off guard by his Judgment Day stablemate. Priest is currently in preparation to potentially win this year's men's Money in the Bank ladder match. He will be joined in the ring by LA Knight, Logan Paul, Santos Escobar, Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Butch. A few weeks ago, the Judgment Day member was unsuccessful in his attempt to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship by beating Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw. Ahead of the Money in the Bank Premium Live event, Dominik Mysterio put his upcoming opponent Cody Rhodes on notice with a message on Twitter. Taking to the social media app, Mysterio took shots at Rhodes' royal family as he praised his Judgment Day stablemate, who he considers to be his family in WWE. Dominik Mysterio wrote, "Wrestling has more than one royal family. Hashtag the Judgment Day, hashtag Dirty Dom." Feud between Dominik and Cody began in the absence of Brock Lesnar, who was previously in a feud with the American Nightmare. Rhodes and Lesnar crossed paths in 2 consecutive matches at Backlash and Night of Champions. Following Rhodes' program with the Judgment Day member, he could potentially face the Beast Incarnate in a trilogy at the SummerSlam Premium Live event. Do you think all Judgment Day members will win their respective matches? Sound off in the comments. Rikishi returns for the Bloodline. The story of the Bloodline is one of the most intriguing things about WWE recently. Not only does the story contain some talented superstars, but is also full of different emotions a human can experience. Overall, fans will look forward to see the feud involving Bloodline even at Money in the Bank. Before the PLE, there is an episode of Friday Night SmackDown that is yet to take place. While there are many speculations about the show, it would be good to see a former WWE legend being added to the Bloodline's feud. The legend in question is Rikishi, father of the Usos. Rikishi's addition to the Bloodline feud could further spice things up. It would be great to see the 4-time champion and Hall of Fame inductee be added as a last-minute addition as the official for the Bloodline's Money in the Bank match. Anyway, since the last few weeks, it seems that Rikishi has been teasing a return. The 57-year-old is thoroughly updated about Bloodline's feud. It would only interest the WWE universe to see how Rikishi's inclusion could add to the already exciting storyline. Almost 2 weeks ago, Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa were left red-faced after what Jey Uso's decision did to them. Not only did Jey choose to walk out of the Bloodline, but he and his brother Jimmy also put a beating on Reigns and Sikoa, to the surprise of many. This then led to a perfectly set up tag team match between the 2 teams at Money in the Bank. While Reigns and Sikoa are favorites heading into the bout, the Usos feel otherwise. Recently, during an episode of WWE Sparring Sessions, the Usos detailed their match against Reigns and Sikoa. One thing about Roman and Solo, they've never been in the ring against me and my brother. That's the big difference we got here. I think me and brother got the chemistry, the tag team. We are clicking on all cylinders over here. Since the match between the Usos and Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa was announced, fans have been wondering how the match will end. While that is not something that can be predicted entirely, recent reports suggest that WWE has 2 different endings prepared. Further, the reports also state that while WWE is yet to select which finish they want to go ahead with, the Usos and Sikoa were already part of a session to go over the same. The reports state, hearing WWE has 2 very drastic finishes in play for the Bloodline matchup on Saturday. Creative seems split on the decision. In conjunction, I'm told the Usos and Solo were a part of a run-through session this past Friday at a closed location to go over things. Regardless of what finish WWE goes with, the company will have to be spot on with its decision. After all, fans have invested a lot of emotions in this storyline, and the company cannot afford to mess it up. Why Roman Reigns isn't on TV every week. Legendary wrestling manager Jim Cornette has questioned why Roman Reigns makes very few TV appearances despite being the biggest star in WWE. The tribal chief is currently involved in a civil war storyline with his cousins, the Usos and Solo Sikoa. While the former undisputed tag team champions and the enforcer show up on SmackDown every week, he was absent from last week's episode of the Blue Brand. The head of the table is no longer a full-time wrestler, as he only makes several appearances per month. On the latest edition of the Jim Cornette Experience, the wrestling legend reviewed the Usos attacking Solo Sikoa in the main event of SmackDown last week. Cornette went on to mention that WWE should be able to afford to pay Roman Reigns to make more on-screen appearances, since the company is worth billions. I don't know what he's f***ing doing, it's not my week to watch Roman Reigns, but if he's not actively acting in a movie, it seems like he ought to be at TV every week. And it seems like they could afford now that they're worth $9 billion to pay him to be at TV every week, doesn't it? Said Cornette. He added, "We understand why when The Rock was shooting all these movies he couldn't come back and be on TV every week, or John Cena, or Steve Austin at one point. So I'm wondering what Roman's doing that he can't come to TV all the time. Okay, let's say he got a deal that says I only have to make X amount of dates. Well, now that every time he shows up the ratings go through the roof, wouldn't you be talking to him about some more dates?" Cornette wondered. After missing last week's episode of the Blue Brand, the current undisputed WWE Universal Champion is finally set to make his return to SmackDown this week. Roman Reigns was attacked by the Usos 2 weeks ago, and he'll definitely want answers when he returns. Roman Reigns is also advertised for the Money in the Bank Premium Live event in London, England. At the PLE, he will team up with Solo Sikoa to take on Jimmy and Jey Uso in a tag team match. It'll be interesting to see what transpires at the event. Are you on Team Roman or Team Usos? Sound off in the comments section below.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted.